Food, fashion, medicine. 3 pillars supporting a single, sustainable industry. Deep inside this state-of-the-art facility, the journey of one of nature's most formidable predators begins.
Every specimen is tracked with blockchain technology. From the moment of arrival, individual QR codes ensure 100% traceability for each.
Biometric data is instantly recorded. Weight, length, and health metrics are analyzed before the processing phase can commence. Advanced 3D laser topography maps the skin surface. This ensures maximum yield and identifies the optimal cutting patterns for the leather. Once cleared, the specimens move to the sterilization zone. The automated line minimizes human contact, maintaining the highest hygiene standards. Before processing, the specimen enters the hydrotunnel. Here, a multi-stage purification system eliminates external contaminants. Precision nozzles deliver a sterile saline solution at 40 psi. This cleanses the skin without damaging the delicate scale structure. Technicians monitor flow stability and water temperature in real time. Consistency is key to preserving the leather's integrity.
The bathing process takes exactly 180 seconds. It ensures the specimen is pristine before entering the sedation chamber.
Now clean, the python moves to the most delicate stage of the operation, the controlled atmosphere unit. The crate is loaded into the immobilization unit. This sealed environment allows for precise control over atmospheric composition. Operators dial in the exact parameters. The goal is a painless, stress-free transition, adhering to the strictest international welfare standards.
Inside, the environment is temperature controlled. The python remains calm, unaware of the atmospheric shift about to occur.
Within minutes, vital signs slow to a halt. The process is complete. The specimen is now ready for the next phase of production. Once the cycle is verified, the chamber is vented. The specimen, now inert, is carefully extracted for the preparation line. To handle the sheer weight of these giant pythons, automated gantries are employed. This eliminates ergonomic risk for the staff. Before skinning can occur, the exterior must be absolutely pristine. The carcass enters the automated scrubbing unit.
Rotating soft bristle brushes, combined with a mild organic sanitizer, remove any remaining particulate matter from the scales.
Optical scanners analyze the pattern integrity. Artificial intelligence identifies the highest value sections of the leather before a single cut is made. Alignment is critical. Pneumatic clamps secure the carcass, ensuring it is perfectly centered for the automated incision system. A laser-guided blade performs a single, continuous ventral cut. This surgical precision protects the valuable abdominal scales from damage.
Automated rollers gently separate the dermis from the muscle tissue. The skin moves to the tannery line, while the meat continues to food processing.
The meat, rich in protein and low in fat, is inspected for quality. Only specimens with perfect muscle tone proceed to the cutting stage.
Finally, the portioning saw. Calibrated to the millimeter, it transforms the snake into uniform, culinary-grade steaks. The diamond-tipped blade cycles at 3,000 RPM. It delivers a surgically clean cut, preventing bone fragmentation. The result is the python steak. Uniform in thickness and weight, these cuts are prized for their dense, lean protein structure.
Skilled technicians perform a secondary visual check. Any piece that doesn't meet the aesthetic standard is immediately rejected. A final organic rinse seals the surface. This ensures the meat remains pathogen-free during the vacuum sealing process.
To lock in freshness, the trays enter the flash freezing tunnel. Temperatures drop to -40 degrees Celsius in seconds.
Microcrystals form instantly. By freezing at this speed, the cellular structure remains intact, locking in the meat's natural moisture.
Emerging at a core temperature of -20 degrees, the steaks are rock solid and ready for final packaging. Oxygen is removed to prevent oxidation. The heavy-duty vacuum seal ensures a shelf life of up to 24 months. Safety is paramount. Every single package passes through an X-ray detector to ensure no foreign objects or shattered bone fragments remain. Packed, labeled, and certified. This exotic protein is now ready for export to high-end restaurants across the globe.
Chefs value the consistency. The flash freezing process preserves the delicate texture, indistinguishable from a fresh catch.
Leaner than beef and richer than chicken, python meat requires minimal seasoning. A simple treatment highlights its natural, subtle flavor.
Searing at high heat caramelizes the proteins instantly. The aroma is distinct, earthy, savory, and uniquely complex.
Served traditionally with herbs or as a modern steak frites, the final dish challenges perceptions.
For the connoisseur, it is more than just food. It is a connection to tradition, believed by many to possess warming, medicinal properties. Firm like calamari, yet tender like fish. The taste is clean, absorbing the rich flavors of the braising sauce. But the meat is only half the story. To understand the true value of this industry, we must return to the source.
Every batch is cataloged. These skins are destined for the luxury fashion houses of Europe. But first, they must be cured.
Manual inspection is crucial. Technicians flatten the hides, removing folds that could damage the scale pattern during the fleshing process. The fleshing unit. High-torque rollers grip the skin, while a rotating cylinder removes any residual adipose tissue from the underside. Precision is vital. Too deep, and the leather tears. Too shallow, and the skin will not cure correctly.
Once cleaned, the skins are transferred to giant tanning drums. Here, alchemy meets industry. A precise cocktail of chromium salts and vegetable tannins penetrates the collagen fibers, preserving the leather forever.
After 24 hours of tumbling, the protein structure is chemically stabilized. The hides are now technically leather, but they are heavy with moisture. To prevent shrinkage, excess moisture is mechanically expressed. High-pressure rollers smooth the grain while removing water. Ogling is an art. The skin must be stretched to maximize surface area without distorting the natural geometry of the scales. Controlled dehydration follows. Gentle heat circulates around the frames, locking the fibers into their final, flat configuration. The result is crust leather. Rigid, durable, and perfectly flat. It is a blank canvas, ready for the designer's touch. The flesh side is buffed to a velvet finish. This ensures the final product will be soft to the touch, suitable for the most delicate garments. To achieve the signature shine, no varnish is used. Instead, an agate stone glides over the surface under immense pressure. Friction generates heat, which activates the natural oils within the skin. The result is a deep, enduring gloss that will never peel. But gloss is nothing without feel. The staking machine massages the fibers, breaking the stiffness to create a supple, drape-like quality.
Supple, durable, and flawless, the material is now ready for the cutting table, where it will be reimagined by the machines.
Every skin is unique. Advanced nesting algorithms analyze the pattern in milliseconds, rotating digital templates to achieve zero waste efficiency.
A high-flow vacuum system locks the material to the cutting bed. This eliminates any possibility of movement during the cutting phase. Focal distance is calibrated dynamically. The laser must vaporize the leather without scorching the delicate scale edges.
Carbon dioxide lasers cut at a speed of 2 meters per second. The beam cauterizes the edge instantly, preventing fraying. The components are ready. From a single organic form, precise geometric panels have been harvested for assembly.
To ensure seamless joints, the edges must be skived. The machine shaves the leather down to a fraction of a millimeter at the seam allowance.
A computer-controlled nozzle applies a water-based adhesive. The line width is controlled to within 0.1 millimeters. Structure is added. Internal reinforcements give the bag its silhouette, ensuring it retains its shape for decades. The hem is folded mechanically. This conceals the raw edge and creates a luxurious, finished border for the stitching phase.
Heat and pressure bond the layers permanently. The components are now prepped for the most complex stage, final assembly.
Standard needles would shatter the scales. We use diamond point titanium needles, designed to pierce the calcified surface cleanly.
The sewing head remains static. A 6-axis robotic arm manipulates the leather, rotating it with a precision of 0.
Notice the scale integrity. The needle finds the path of least resistance, ensuring the natural pattern remains unbroken.
Thread tension is adjusted dynamically by sensors 500 times per second. This guarantees a seam that is both watertight and elegant.
The flat panels are united. Pulled over a custom mold, the bag takes its final three-dimensional form.
The hardware is custom cast from solid brass and plated in 24-karat gold. Each piece is hand-polished to a mirror finish.
Torque-controlled drivers secure the fittings. The pressure is calculated to hold the leather firmly without crushing the delicate scales beneath. The emblem is applied. More than a logo, it is a seal of authenticity and a promise of heritage.
Finally, the signature chain. Weighted and balanced, it transforms the object from a container into a statement piece. Every metallic surface is masked. The customer will be the first person to see the hardware in its naked glory.
Under standardized D65 lighting, a spectrophotometer verifies the color profile. It must
The load-bearing test. The handles are subjected to 5,000 cycles with a 10-kilogram load, ensuring the stitching will never fail. The glazing is tough. Abrasion testing confirms that the finish resists scuffing, maintaining its luster even after years of friction.
Machines ensure precision, but the human eye ensures soul. The certificate is signed. The bag is ready for the world.
First, the dust bag. High GSM organic cotton velvet protects the finish from light and dust, allowing the leather to breathe.
The presentation box is engineered, not just folded. Double-walled reinforced cardstock creates a fortress for the contents.
Layers of acid-free tissue paper provide cushioning. The sound of the paper is the first sensory interaction the customer will have.
The friction-fit lid is calibrated to slide closed in exactly 3 seconds. It is the sound of precision engineering.
A robotic arm ties the signature knot. Symmetrical, consistent, and untouched by human hands until it reaches the owner.
1 unit is a masterpiece. 1,000 units is a logistical triumph. The line never stops, feeding the global appetite for luxury.
The palletizer calculates the optimal stacking pattern. Interlocking layers ensure stability during the
7 layers of stretch film apply 50 pounds of tension. The cargo is now a single, monolithic unit, weatherproof and tamper-evident.
Humans do not move these loads. Autonomous guided vehicles, navigating by laser triangulation, manage the inventory.
In this cathedral of commerce, thousands of skins wait in stasis. But for our python,
The cold chain remains unbroken. From the warehouse to the refrigerated trailer, the transfer happens in under 2 minutes.
The cargo joins the circulatory system of the global economy. Precision logistics ensure on-time arrival at the cargo terminal.
The destination, Milan. A 7,000-mile journey that must be completed in less than 12 hours.
The nose loader accepts the pallet. It joins electronics, pharmaceuticals, and other high-value goods in the pressurized hold. As the sun rises, the python leaves its origin behind. But the story doesn't end here.
Milan, the global epicenter of design. Here, inside a centuries-old atelier, before a single stitch is sewn, the bag exists as a concept, a vision of geometry and texture born from the designer's mind.
she reads the pattern like a map. The natural symmetry of the python dictates the design of the bag, not the other way around. Draping reveals the leather's character. It must be rigid enough to hold structure, yet soft enough to yield to the body.
This is the dream. The moment the object transcends utility and becomes an icon of style. The flagship boutique. A temple of consumption designed to strip away the noise of the outside world.
Here, the object is elevated. Lighting designers spend hours calibrating the temperature to showcase the depth of the glazing.
For the elite clientele, the experience is private. The bag is not just bought, it is presented.
White gloves prevent oil transfer. The presentation is a ritual, allowing the client to inspect the craftsmanship without distraction.
The connection is instant. It is no longer just leather and metal. It is an extension of her identity.
True luxury is measured in time. Unlike synthetic alternatives, python leather does not degrade, it evolves.
the patina. Over years of handling, the scales soften and the colors deepen, creating a luster that cannot be manufactured.
This is the definition of modern efficiency. One resource, two distinct value chains. Zero waste.
In the circular economy, every gram is used. Protein feeds the body.
But to maintain this cycle, we must return to where it all began. The breeding program.
The incubation hall. Here, thousands of eggs are maintained at exactly 31.5 degrees Celsius.
Handling reveals the spark of life. At day 45, the vascular system is fully formed, feeding the rapidly growing embryo.
Day 60. The pipping begins. Using a specialized egg tooth, the neonate slices its way into the world.
Each hatchling is inspected for vitality. Captive breeding eliminates the need to harvest from the wild, protecting natural ecosystems. Traceability starts here. This microchip will follow the animal throughout its life, guaranteeing ethical sourcing to the final consumer. Vertical farming maximizes space. In this facility alone, 50,000 specimens are raised in a biosecure environment. Diet is scientifically formulated. High protein delivery ensures a growth rate 3 times faster than in the wild.
In just 18 months, a hatchling transforms into a harvest-ready adult, weighing over 50 kilograms.
Growth required shedding. The ecdysis cycle reveals a fresh, flawless layer of keratin, the future leather. At peak maturity, the cycle is complete. The healthiest specimens are selected, and the process begins anew.
Beyond the walls, the facility is an economic engine. It transforms a rural landscape into
providing stable, high-skilled employment for 2,000 locals. This is not just labor, it is a career path in sustainable agriculture.
Profits are reinvested. Educational initiatives funded by the export revenue are training the next generation of engineers and scientists.
Infrastructure expands. Roads, clean water systems, and renewable energy grids benefit the entire region, not just the factory.
Technology transfer. Skills learned here, robotics, AI management, biochemistry, empower the workforce to compete on a global stage.
Legitimacy is paramount. Every export is accompanied by CITES documentation, certifying that the trade does not threaten wild populations.
Water is precious. A closed-loop filtration system recycles 90-15% of the processed water.
The carbon footprint is minimized. 4 hectares of solar arrays power the cooling tunnels and the incubation systems.
Farming reduces pressure on the wild. A portion of revenue funds field research, monitoring the health of native snake populations. Trust, but verify. The entire supply chain is recorded on an immutable blockchain ledger, transparent to regulators and consumers alike.
It begins with a heartbeat, a creature of ancient evolution.
2 divergent paths, one of biological sustenance, the other of aesthetic permanence, both driven by the same engine of precision. Technology provides the scale, but human hands provide the soul. It is a collaboration across continents and disciplines.
From the banquet tables of the East to the runways of the West, a single resource satisfies 2.
The facility never sleeps. It is a monument to modern bioengineering, bridging the gap between nature and necessity. Innovation continues. Refined python oil, rich in omega acids, is becoming a prized ingredient in luxury skincare and regenerative medicine.
Even the skeletal structure is repurposed. Hydrolyzed collagen is extracted for supplements, closing the final loop of the production cycle. As AI integration deepens, yields will increase and resource consumption will drop.
A hyper-connected network. What started as a local trade has evolved into a sophisticated, multi-billion-dollar global ecosystem.
Food, fashion, medicine. 3 pillars supporting a single, sustainable industry. In the end, it is a story of transformation. From the jungle floor to the factory floor.
This is the modern process. Unseen, efficient, and essential. This is the Python Factory.